This piece is called Broken Antenna. And I call it that because let's say my daughter was in the streets playing catch ball with another child. My daughter catches it, she throws it back to the child. That child catches it, throws it back to my daughter. But my daughter catches it and throws it back to that child. And in the mist, the wind catches it. And let's say the ball ends up hitting somebody's automobile and bending or breaking the antenna. I didn't do it. I'm not responsible. I was not out here encouraging the game to play. Neither did I engage. However, you break somebody's antenna or bend it, damage it, they're going to look for some type of compensation. And even though I wasn't in a position for his plan, however, I'm in a financial position to fix what my daughter broke. That's how I see reparations. I hear a lot about, African American people feeling like, man, white people who are prospering, they owe us. You can't pull up on any and every Caucasian demanding that, give me something. I used to work with this guy who apparently, because of his upbringing, father, grandfather, they invested something in him. They started a business, and today this guy is not only selling full course meals, but at one point he was selling insurance. He had cattle. You can't pull up on him and say you owe me just because you're prosperous. Because his grandfather started out selling hot dogs. Mobily, selling hot dogs. And he gave his son, and his son gave his grandson and his son. This is what you do in the business world. They perpetuated business, not ignorance. Black people cannot continue to push up on people of the opposite side and saying you owe me just because you're prosperous. It doesn't fit in reparations. It just doesn't. Just like my daughter playing catch, my daughter catches it, throws it, it damages somebody's antenna. The ultimate question is, who exists today that also existed during the times of slavery? Perhaps slaves were insured. Slave masters, they had insurance on their slaves. What insurance company existed back then that still exists today? A lot of slaves were utilized in steel mills. What steel companies existed back then that still exist today? It's all about connecting the dots. But you can't put white America on trial because they are prosperous. You can't do it. However, if you can link an individual bloodline, is my daughter, I did not participate in this game, but I'm in a financial position to fix what my daughter broke. If you can link individuals or corporations and companies that exist today that utilized slaves back then, that's the ultimate question. But you cannot target, white people in general. It don't add up. It's about connecting the dots. You got ordinary white people who mothers, fathers, sharecroppers. They got it just like everybody else had to get it. And because you pull up on them at a stoplight and they appear to be successful, you can't say, hey, you owe me. You don't know what their beginnings were like. You don't know what their parents and grandparents had to go through in order to put them in a position. It's all about positioning. And when you think about positioning, take in consideration steel mills, insurance companies that insured slaves that still exist today. That's who you want to holler at.